Alright, I started to make a video a couple hours ago talking about emergency update. Total 3 was looking really good as of a couple hours ago. I since deleted that video because we kind of sold off towards the end of the day. I was for sure thinking we were going to get this nice green big hammer, and we didn't end up getting it. Looks like we got like a little neutral candle. I mean, this could go here, but this is not exactly the candle I wanted. It's really neutral body. I wanted a bigger body candle closing up high here, and we didn't get it. However, it could still go here. And what I think could happen is we could get a little drop, maybe to our trend line here, maybe into the moving averages sometime tonight, tomorrow, and then maybe pump back up. And then we'll get an even better candle. Possibly, we could get an even better daily close tomorrow, and I will play that. I am long with small size. I'm not going as big as I originally talked about. If by chance you happen to see that video earlier, I said I was going huge on size. I'm not big on size yet. This candle is just not something that, I mean, I definitely want to be long because we are breaking through a big major trend line, which I was showing in earlier very briefly. We've been, and this is alts, this is total 3, so this is what the alt market looks like. This was back here in October, so this is the pattern we've got. This is 6 months of coiling in here, in this falling wedge. And a lot of times when you're in a falling wedge, it can get bullish towards the end, and we're kind of like pretty much towards the apex of this falling wedge. And it looks pretty good if we're going to get up here and go higher, whether it's temporarily. I had this kind of rising wedge drawn here, this yellow, and it seemed like we were going to make a move to the downside, and I really wish we would have seen, us touch down here. But they kind of saved it here in the last week. A lot of it is news driven. So I mean, right here, we had a chance to keep going. They saved it. Then we got another reversal right here, this big red candle. Then we dropped for only a day, and then they saved it with this inside green candle, and then we magically found our way, grinding up through the moving averages, and now we're setting up, right in here. And now you can see the 8 and the 10 starting to cross the 20, and we're coming out of this pattern, so it looks like we're about ready to this upcoming week, probably going to make some moves higher. And it'll be interesting because we get our weekly close tomorrow. So, our weekly close should look pretty decent right now. This is the weekly for total 3. And if we can close up a little bit higher tomorrow, close up maybe just a little bit, we could have an explosive week this week, maybe higher. There's a trend line here you can probably extend. We could make a move up, to, what is that, 777 billion on total 3. So what would that look like? I mean, I don't know, but probably come up here around this trend line, probably right around the 20 SMA on the weekly. Maybe come up to there, and then maybe we set up to go lower. I still expect us to go lower at some point. Probably before August, but we may be getting a temporary relief rally up, and we should be able to catch some longs if this is looking like it's going to play out like that tomorrow, especially if we get a green tomorrow. Like, I'm fully expecting us to get up. So we'll just have to wait and see. We're still waiting for that daily candle, and we haven't had like a really good daily candle set up in a while. Like, we were so close today to getting that like once a year trade set up, but we didn't quite get it. Tomorrow we can get it if they give us that green hammer that I'm looking for. I think I'm long Solana. Let's see here. Solana had a nice little, green weekly to go higher off of with a lower low. I like that. So that looks good on the weekly. The daily we got, you can see the moving averages starting to cross the 20 here, and we got like this neutral. Same with total 3. Like, this was the candle I was long off of yesterday. this little inside green. It's not perfect, but you can see the moving averages rolling up. It's an inside candle. My stop was down here. And once we broke the entry, like I was in the trade, and so we're gonna see what happens. It got a green day today. It's a neutral candle. I think we can drop towards the 20 and maybe get back up. And if we get a hammer tomorrow, oh my God, I will play it and it'll be nice because there's gonna be so many stop losses up here that could get triggered once the high gets broken. And yeah, it could be real nice play. You know, and there's a rough level in here, and I can kind of show it. It's really rough, but let's see here. There's like a level, and maybe if I go into like some hourlies, like you can see like once this like top area gets broken, I know it doesn't quite touch right in here, but if we can get a green hammer tomorrow and bust through this level, we could see a move up on Solana. Let's see if we go into hourly, see if we can find something. Yeah, something like in here. So if we start getting up to 87 on Solana, if we start breaking through that area right here, like you can see there's some swings in here, swings back here, swings here, touch here, touch here. We get up to 87, we start breaking above 87, like we could be making a pretty good move higher. Like here, up here is $99 Solana. So I mean it's coiled in here. Very nice looking. Almost like a shoulder here, a head here, a shoulder, and then here's our breakout. So I'm fully expecting this. I mean, everything looks really good. We've got the weekly, we've got the daily to make at least a temporary move higher. Like I'm not saying we're going to go on a huge bull run here, but I think in the short term, you know, based on these candle setups, you know, we could see a move higher, you know, before we ultimately come down and maybe test lower. We'll see. We'll see how they do this. But yeah, so Solana looks good. I like Solana a lot. I think I'm long silver. So silver, let's go down here. Let's zoom into silver. Silver's starting to break out here again, and that's why I like it. There's a lot of different things that look like they're starting to break patterns, and I want to see if I can catch them long. So here's the pattern on silver, and it's got like this falling wedge pattern that I really like. Trend line down here is good. Trend line down here is good. You know, lots of touches. And here we are. We're starting to break out of this. So we actually had a really nice setup yesterday. I loved it. Like this is what I want to see on breakouts. This is like the XRP breakout from last year. Like you come out of this pattern, you pull the 8 and the 10 above the 20. You get a lower low green inside of, you know, get the body inside of the previous candle without breaking the high of that candle. And this is just rolling up. Like silver should make it squeeze this week. Like we should be going up on silver. This looks so nice. Like, so I really like silver. Should see higher prices on silver for sure. Let me see if I can figure out a measured move. Let's do this. Let's take the low. Let's go trend line. Let's just be rough with it. Let's go here to here. And then here. So yeah, I mean at least maybe break all-time high on, or break its latest high, maybe up to 134 on silver. I mean that's a pretty good move, and that's maybe a little aggressive. Let's, yeah, 134, 135. So I expect a pretty good squeeze up on silver here. What else? What else am I long? I like Doge. Doge had a setup, and then I think it's sold off towards the end of the day. Let's see, where's Doge at? I know Doge is a popular one. Pepe is another one. Pepe is a very popular meme coin, and It actually had a really nice setup. Really nice setup. Let's see. So there should be some trend lines here. Look at this. Let's see. Actually, you know what? This probably goes tighter. This probably comes to here. Something like that. And then look, we're coming out of this pattern and starting to set up. If we can get a green hammer tomorrow, oh my God. Yes, please. Give me a little drop and pop right here. Get a green hammer. We should be making a pretty good move higher. So Pepe looks good. Pepe's, I like how we're breaking, through this trend line that we have coming down, this little short-term trend line. We should see a move higher on Pepe. Overall, it's in this channel right here, just kind of coiling in here, coiling. We did touch this trend line recently. I wish we would have came down and got a second touch, but, we'll see. But it's starting to set up on Pepe, and Pepe can be a huge mover when it moves. Like, you can get huge moves. Like, go back here. Like, you can get huge moves up on Pepe, and hopefully we can catch something to the upside. Maybe touch this upper channel trend line, or I don't know, at the very least come up and touch this trend line that goes back a long ways. Down here, tighten it up a little bit right there. So I'm gonna pull this up just a little bit. Right there, perfect. So somewhere up here, even just to move up there, what is the percentage move on that? Just to come back up into that trend line. Let's zoom in. From where we are now, this would be, so there's 30%. Now let's see if we were to come back up to here. Let's just say it took like, I don't know, a month or something, or a few weeks. There's 88% right there. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe we do come up and we get a quick move up, and then before going lower. I don't know. I mean, our yearly candles still very bearish, but I do like that we already broke the low of the yearly candle. We don't really have like a great bottoming, setup yet to go ultimately higher, to make bigger moves higher, but I don't know. I mean, if it wants to get up, it wants to get up. It can do its own thing. Here's Doge. Doge is very popular and it's so coiled on the daily. Like, I think it wants to make a big move. Like, it's just been so tight and coiled in here. I think I have better trend lines drawn for it up here. Let's find Doge. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. Okay, yeah, I've got this drawn on it. And this is nice. I mean, this is coiled in here, and we're pretty much at the apex of this little short-term, pattern we have going on here. I like this a lot, and I think we'll at least test up here to this trend line. Possibly make a move higher and squeeze. Like, Doge could really, and we've touched down here on this bottom trend line. Like, Doge came all the way down. Touched a very important trend line, as you can see. Like, I still, this bigger pattern that we have drawn here, isn't complete yet, but we're flirting down here at the very bottom of the trend line where it could get up, test up here, get a touch up here on this top trend line, maybe roll down, later this year, and then come up in 2027 and break out or something like that. Like, it's probably got a coil in here a little bit more, but I do think we can get up here. Like, we're at the bottom of this trend line. We could wick down to this even lower trend line I have drawn. If I zoom out, let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. Yeah, here it is. Like, Doge, actually looks pretty decent in here. Like, I mean, this is like, it's kind of big to be a bull flag, but we get up, we make this initial move back up, back in what was this? COVID days, 2020, huge move up, and now we've just been kind of flagging in here, like a bull flag almost, but I don't know. it's got to complete more, and we've got a pattern within a pattern within a pattern here. So I think this is a good spot to maybe be along a little bit of Doge. Just based on where we're at. And here, I'm going to zoom into the daily and show you the daily setup we got going on here. It's actually pretty nice, if it can get up. We did get a red kind of reversal day, and it was looking good all day long, and very frustrating because, man, if they would have given us this green hammer, this would have been perfect. I would have longed it with huge size with the moving averages rolling up. And maybe they'll give us an inside green candle. I'm kind of hoping we can break today's low and then come back up, reset up, and then I will definitely long that. And that'll be probably a huge explosive move to the upside. But I can't be long off of this red daily. Like, this is frustrating. It was a hammer as of 2 hours ago, and it was set up, and they sold off in the last, hour of the day. Just really frustrating. This is the kind of candle I want to see tomorrow. This hammer type candle, something like that. So that's what I want to see us do, is get this green hammer without breaking the high. Stay inside the pattern, get the hammer, and then we should see a big move up. It should be there. So Doge looked good. I think Sui was another one. Sui's another popular one. We almost had a green hammer right here, moving averages rolling up, sitting a little bit high above the moving averages, which I don't like. I like when my candles are in the moving averages rolling up. See how there's distance between this candle and the 8 moving average. There's a little gap here. So if we go back to Doge, see how Doge is sitting on the moving averages. So see how the candles are in the moving averages, rolling up. I don't like when candles sit above them and there's a gap. So, I mean, Sui's not bad, but if it gets a green tomorrow, these moving averages will come up even tighter. And look at this trend line it's at here. If it's been just up and down chopping on it. If we can get above, we can see a nice move. Back up. If I extend this trend line, if I tighten it up here, pull it out a little bit. Go right there. We can come back up here, and there's $1.10. It's at 93 cents right now. So I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but if you put a little leverage on, you can look. There's 17%. You can double your account. If you play it right. You just gotta wait for this candle, and this kind of looks like a little flag it's got going on here. We get an initial move up, bullish, and then you get your flag, and then you go higher. So I don't know. I'm sure if I went into an hourly, I could probably see the flag forming. Yeah. So like this. And then we take the bottom trend line here, just like that. There. So it's just coiling in here. If we can set up, we can make it move higher up here. So watching this. Definitely. There's a lot to watch for. And I went through and looked at all the daily candles, and I just wasn't in love with anything for today. I think it can set up better tomorrow. I think I'm still long XRP. I tightened my stop up. I think it ended up getting a red daily, but I just love where it's at. This is almost go time because, every crypto out there, it's at such a big, interesting, level where, if this trend line breaks, we could see a big move up. And here's $1.85, up here, almost $1.90, call it. And we're at $1.35 right now. I mean, that's a monster move from our next trend line. So if we measure this, let's say we break out right down here, I mean, that's 40% right there. And we'll say it takes a little bit more time. Anywhere between 30 to 40% movers we could see. 20, 30, 40, who knows, maybe more. But we've got this little short-term setup I really like. We need a green candle here. And we actually did get this kind of red big candle doji with a higher high. So that's not bullish at all. I don't want to play that. I love where we're at, and I love where the moving averages are at, but I can't leverage up on this candle. it's red. It's almost like a reversal candle, but I think it's going to end up being a bear trap. I think we're going to drop probably tonight, tomorrow. We're going to come up and we're going to get this green. I mean, I just have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Now they could just dump it here and pull the moving averages down, and maybe we do test lower from here because this is kind of a red kind of topping candle. But I love where the moving averages are, how they're rolling up, and I just think we need that inside green candle tomorrow to send us on our way, you know, or get a lower low, then get our inside green body candle, and then go. So I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking, and I definitely will make a video tomorrow night if we do get that set up. I will do another little quick emergency upload like I did earlier, which I did a little prematurely, but I had to leave the house, so I wanted to make that video before leaving the house. But as I left, then they of course sold down the market. Ended up getting a red, but on a lot of different cryptos, and some of them were neutral green, but they're just not as good as they looked earlier. I was really impressed earlier with how they looked, and I just wanted to make like a call out video, but nothing really today, just because of, you know, a lot of neutral looking candles. I think we may need one more day to set up, and then we should fire this week. I think maybe get a little retrace after tomorrow's close. I don't know, maybe not even much. Maybe just a tiny retrace and then fire if we get that green candle. But we're at such a huge, interesting level. I mean, this is such a big level where XRP's at. Like, you know, this is 2 months of, you know, bunch of BS in here, and, you know, we're at kind of the apex of our pattern here. We had multiple opportunities to just trade lower, and we just couldn't do it. Like, we could have traded lower here. We got this red reversal, and then they immediately did a drop pop, got up, couldn't get up, dropped again, you know. Then they bought it back up, got another inside red where we could drop off of, and then, you know, we get another red day where we could drop off of, and then we do drop, and then they save it again, get the green hammer. Then they put in this red reversal where we could drop off of. Then they do another drop pop, and then now we're setting up to go high. It's just unbelievable how many times we could have gone short here, and I had shorts on, you know, waiting to bust through, and they didn't want to do it, and now it looks like we're setting up to pump out of this and go higher. And I really wish we would have got like another, you know, wick down and, you know, tested. I'm not saying like we still won't come down here and test in the 90-cent range, but it looks like as of right now, you know, the bulls are in control, and we're probably going to go higher and test this trend line now, you know, up north, because our momentum is rolling up and we have a weekly divergence going on. So I'm just rolling with the daily for now. I mean, our 2 week still doesn't look right, so the 2 week is bizarre to me because the 2 week is so bearish. Like, if we go to the 2 week, let me go back in here. Like, this is not a candle that you should be going higher off of. However, let's see, our 2 week does close, and so actually this is interesting. Okay, so we did get a lower low on our new 2 week candle, which I didn't think we did on XRP, but I guess we did. If this can close up a little bit higher tomorrow, you know, just close up just a little bit higher and get a green hammer 2 week. Our 2 weeks actually look decent here with this lower low to go up higher off of. You know, we need to get this green 2 week tomorrow, and I think we will, because it opened at 132. So I mean, as long as it doesn't, you know, sell down tomorrow and drop below $1.32, we should get a green 2 week to go higher off of. And it's a small green green 2 week, kind of neutral-ish, but you know, it's a green candle. And here's our 3 week. We've got a new lower low on the 3 week, so, and this could come up. You know, there's still 7 days, 23 hours, so maybe this comes up sometime this week and maybe sells back down, and we get like a nice upper wick up to our, you know, 8 EMA or 10 SMA and, pull those down even further. So, this isn't bad looking for XRP to make a move, because we did get that new lower low, and we still have 18 days, 23 hours on the new month. So who knows? Maybe we do make a move higher and attack these moving averages, and then see what happens. Maybe do a quick pump up, and then before the month ends, we start selling back down, just to pull these moving averages over the 20 before we do continue lower. But like I said, the daily right now, our daily candles, are telling us, other than today's close, like we're starting to roll up here, and starting to get a little bit of a sell-off right here, right now. I really want us to break the low of this candle. As I'm recording this, it just might, which would be nice. Come down, touch the 10, barely break the low, and then get up, and then get this green hammer. It looks so nice. And if not, maybe we get rejected here. Maybe we get a big fat red candle, and we go lower, and then that's it. But Bitcoin got a green daily, so it's kind of neutral, and it's got a longer upper wick than it does lower. So I mean, this could be some sort of topping candle. I would like to see it come down, test the 8, maybe get up, get a green hammer, and if not, just give us a fat red candle and let's go lower then, I guess. I mean, shoot. I mean, just give us something to trade. I mean, this has been crap for a while. I mean, up off of reds, down off of greens. Just nothing has been that great trading recently, and we have the opportunity to get it tomorrow, but there's still a lot to be desired to the downside, because we don't really have a confirmed bottom yet. This almost looks like a shoulder ahead. Here's another shoulder forming, and then that will ultimately be bearish to go lower. We're just gonna have to see tomorrow's close. Like, tomorrow's close is just insanely huge. Like, let's see, what daily candles do we get? Do we get the 2-day candle? Yes, we do. So we get the 2-day candle tomorrow. And let's see, do we get the 3-day tomorrow? Yeah, we also get the 3-day candle tomorrow. So we get the 1, 2, and 3-day close. We get the weekly close. We get a lot of closes tomorrow. So we're just gonna have to see what happens here. But I really want that daily close tomorrow. But yeah, that's all I got. Like, I will definitely post a video if I see this come up and get a green hammer tomorrow. I will post a video and I will say, hey, this is probably it. We're going to see a huge move tomorrow if we get a green hammer tomorrow. I mean, that's a big if. I mean, who knows? We could just dump here because we did get this red reversal, but if we do get that green hammer, those moving averages will look so good as they cross the 20 and as we're breaking out of this pattern. And then I'll kind of make a video and call it out and be like, hey, it's go time. So, but tomorrow's close is 22 hours away, and a lot can happen here. It looks like the bears are starting to push it down to get our lower wick. So we'll just see what they do. Let's see if they save it around here and pump it back up by tomorrow, or if we just dump here. It's gonna be interesting. It'll be a nice little fight, but really want that green hammer. Really want it. So we'll check in tomorrow and see what happens.